Okay, let's have a look at the answers to these puzzles. First, let's tackle the easy one. How did you get on with this one? White to play and mate in 1. Did you look at the black king and work out where it can move? f6 and h6 are covered by the knight, and f8 is covered by the pawn, so black's king can't move. Are there any other white pieces that can give check? We could move the bishop here, but black can take the bishop with the queen, so that doesn't work. But there is one other way of giving check, a sneaky way. Can you spot it? Did you think about promoting this pawn? With the pawn out of the way, the white bishop now stops the black king moving to f8. White to play and mate in 2. The black king looks well defended, but whenever you're playing a game of chess, you should always keep a close eye on how free the enemy king is. How many squares can this black king move to? The white bishop is in a good position on f4, and the black king is going nowhere. Time for some imagination. Look at this pawn on b7. If this black pawn wasn't here, then we could move the other bishop to give checkmate. How can we shift that black pawn? Black has to take the white queen with the pawn on b7. Okay, the hard puzzle, bring it on. White to play and mate in 1, only one move to find? This should be easy, and there aren't many pieces either. Right, how can I give check? The only white piece that can give check is the rook on h7. It can take the black pawn on c7. But the black bishop is defending this pawn, so that doesn't work. Maybe this puzzle was hard after all. Our pawns can't move. Our bishop is on the wrong colour square to give check. And we can't move our king next to the black king. That's not allowed. Okay, let me give you a clue. You need to work out what black's last move must have been. Black couldn't have moved the rook, and black couldn't have moved the bishop. Black couldn't have moved the pawn either, it hasn't moved yet. And black couldn't have moved the king from b7, because that square is attacked by 2 white pawns. That's not possible. And black couldn't have moved the king from b6, because that square is next to the white king. That's not possible. So black must have moved this pawn on b5. It couldn't have taken anything to get here, because there are white pawns on a6 and c6. And it couldn't have moved one square to get here, because if the pawn had been on b6, then white would have been in check, and so it couldn't have been black's turn to move. So the pawn must have moved from b7. Now can you work out the checkmate move? Black can't take with the pawn on c7 because it is pinned by the rook, and the white bishop defends the pawn on a6.